Durag Wisdom here, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Earth Date Y2K 19.05.07. And my question to you today is, what are we and what are you going to do when Trump refuses to leave? And I'd just like to remind you folks, check your message boards or my message boards now and again, even if they're older ones. I try to get back to as many that I can, so check those message boards and make sure that you know you're not getting ignored. Our country has been invaded by the most disgusting totalitarian creeps in our history. Every time I turn on the news and view the criminal faces of the turds we now have in our government, I simply want to vomit. How many times have I seen the faces of Mnuchin, Barr, DeVos, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, and Trump and the rest of these slime that I wanted to kick a hole in my TV? But I control myself because I don't attend the movie theaters anymore. Commercials, corporations messed that up for me. So I don't want to break my movie screen at home. And now the new thing is Mitch McDumbbell wants to move on. Can you believe this creep? You believe the nerve he has? He wants to move on. The investigation is over. The creep that wouldn't let President Obama appoint a Supreme Court justice. This totalitarian piece of trash. This tumor, this cancer on our government. He wants to move on so that he can steal more Supreme Court seats. And you know what Trump's suggesting? Trump suggests that he get 2 more years. 2 more years for free because of the so-called witch hunt. He got that from one of these fundamentalist preachers, Junior. His name escapes me at the moment. Count that up to senior brain decrepitude. Daffy Donald is not obstructing justice in secret. He is doing it right in our faces, daring us to push him off his perch. Putin knew what he was doing when he backed the turd Trump. The Russian dictator knew that Trump would attempt to take down our country piece by piece. And check it out. See how members of the Trump turd team are defying Congress like they're nothing. Mnuchin refuses to release Daffy Donald's tax returns. Barr refuses to show up to be interviewed. It's as if they are telling us, go ahead, see what you can do about it. These playground bullies, these cursed slime bullies. Trump continues to dump on our Constitution, dump on our planet. Over 1 million species are going to become extinct. And in 10 years, we will have reached the tipping point into extreme weather catastrophe that will make these dumb disaster movies look like a stroll in Central Park during the day, that is. And because we were negligent and did not vote in 2016, it is our fault that we've placed our country into the blood-drenched hands of these traitors. And I'm talking about most of the people who didn't vote. So when I say us, sorry, I'm using the collective us, because some of us did vote, but most of us didn't. And now we have a threat, the biggest threat of all. And all of these creeps have tried to kill us, crash planes into our buildings, into the World Trade Center, into the Pentagon. People died crashing one in Pennsylvania, taken over by terrorists. And now these countries, these terrorist countries that Trump supports, including Saudi Arabia, are laughing their asses off. What are you going to do about it? If Daffy Donald decides to expand concentration detention camps, decides to put more children in cages, what are you going to do when they nominate more and more religious extremists to our court? What are you going to do when they add a citizenship question to our census? What are you going to do to save our planet from these Trump criminal muggers, these fiends? What are you going to do about preserving our Constitution and our way of life? How many more reporters, journalists are going to be murdered on the Trump not watch? What are you going to do if the Democrats once again run a corporatist against our wishes? Because now the media and the pundits are pushing Biden as the front runner. Ladies and gentlemen, when are we going to go cold turkey on our addiction to the baby boomer generation? Or don't you want young people to run things? People who once again have a skin in the game? Who are not going to be 6 feet under within 10 years or 20 years? Of course, who knows, with the way we're running our planet, with this creep, we may be under the ground and underwater sooner than we know. Are you not going to vote again, whoever didn't vote the last time? Because no matter how much I don't want Biden, or Sanders for that matter, because they're just too goddess damn old, I'm going to vote for them if they end up being the front runners in this election. I've committed myself to vote for whatever Democrat is running to get rid of this traitorous dictator fiend and Putin supporter in our government and child molester. I'm voting for whatever Democrat, no matter what shithead is running, no matter who they pick, no matter what corporatist, and I'm sure they still have it in the Democratic Party, the superdelegates, whoever they pick. When are the Democratic Party going to grow out of those people? Oh, they're not allowed on the first ballot. They shouldn't be allowed at all. The GOP doesn't have superdelegates. What are you going to do if Daffy Birther Bastard, Nazi KKK, traitor racist Don Trump decides that he is not going to leave office when he is voted out? What are you and what are we all prepared to do to save our country from the monsters we've allowed in?